Okay, so now let's do a few movements just to show you how you are going to be able to move products around, stock around with ODOO. So basically, I hope that you have looked into my other tutorials. One was about products, one was about warehouse locations, one was about general setups. So this fourth one now is about some simple stock moves as they were described to me. So, okay, we click on inventory. Here's our dashboard. So let's do a normal, very mini transaction in the sequence of how we normally would proceed. So let's get some goods from PH into our SSS warehouse. Yeah, so we have PH produced a new collection. Let's call it let's call it whatever, lace. Yeah, so lace collection for Alba Lycra was produced, and we're gonna move this through ODOO from the PH procurement process basically into the SSS warehouse. So what you do is, this is basically a receipt. Yeah, that means SSS has received goods. You click on more, and then you do a transfer. So basically here you ask source location. So from where does the goods come from? And then you can click it. Are they coming from customers? No, because it's a procurement process. We purchase goods. It's a vendor. Yeah. So I say search more. And then I see here is the list with PH as a partner location vendor. So I click on this. And when does the goods come in? Let's say they come in 31st of August. Okay. And what is the source document? So here we would put down the PO. Let's say the PO is 345345. Yeah, this is the PO that we have in place. Owner means who's responsible for us. In this case, I put Christine. So the initial demand and the additional info. Yeah, additional info is it a partial or is it all in once? Let's say all at once, yeah, if we're lucky. And the picking type here we should not change, because we already said it's a incoming order from PH to SSS. So we go back to okay, and the priority normal or high, but this is not very important. So we go back to initial demand, and here now we will add the list of different products. Okay, so let me, for example, put lace, and then the first list of lace goods pop up. We can also, of course, do search more. Yeah, so here we basically have the list of lace products popping up. And it's important that when we have already products that we produce in our, or that we add to our product master, of course we have to create them in the system first before we can then move them. Yeah, so product master generation, step one, then copying or importing the product master into ODOO. And then once that has been done, then we can proceed with the movement. So here, let's say we take the lace boy short in gray lilac, and let's say the quantity is 777, and new, the status means, yeah, it's a new product. Okay, so I add another item, because normally we just don't have one product in a collection, but we have several ones. So here in this case I also add let's say the boy short in black L, and I will put also 777 units. Okay, and then you can go on and go on and go on and go on. All right, in this case now what you do is you either mark it as to do, because as you know, often we create first the list of or the PO with the garments we get. But between the creation of the PO and the actual shipment, so when it really gets into our warehouse, it can be 4 months, 5 months, or 6 months. So when it's already created but not shipped yet, I would say you mark as to do. Then it's somewhat in a waiting availability phase. Yeah. Then you can also do the next step. So here you could have the status waiting availability, which means we would see that all of this has been committed but not yet produced and shipped, right? And all under this PO number. So what we can then do is we can say force availability. That is when it really gets into our stock. Yeah, and then once it's really has been arrived in our stock through the logistics transfer, then we say validate. Yeah. Then we can look into operations, look into all transfers, and there we see the PO popping up here, and it has been done. Yeah, so when we click on this, we really see these two items are now in our stock. So that's the first thing. Yeah, so when I go back to the dashboard, I have moved incoming goods into the SSS warehouse. I can do the same again, yeah, a little bit quicker on the inspiration line, for example. So I click on receipts, transfers, I click search more. In this case, let's do GenFaith. And the product I'm choosing from GenFaith going into SSS is inspiration. So I take the inspiration boy short, let's say blush. Quantity, let's say 1400. I create another one. I say inspiration. Search more. High with Panty Black and S. And I also say 1400. And then I click it as validated. So it has been really moved into SSS. So when I go to operations, all transfers, yeah, I see it here. Oh, okay, I'm missing a few things. I have to edit it. So save. Actually, I forgot to put in the source document. Yeah, that's something. And actually, the moment you have saved it and it has been done, you cannot change it anymore. You cannot put the PO or something. So that's why it's very important that you check carefully before you save it in the system. I think you can do it later on, but so stock operations. So that's when we create a movement, a procurement movement. Okay.